if you knew how to be, would you choose to be blissful or miserable? It's a question for you, you must consider that. Well, if you had a choice, of course you want to be blissful. Blissful is not some entity, it simply means the highest level of pleasantness that you can be in, that's where you would like to be. What you want for your neighbor may be debatable, but what you want for yourself is very clear. So when it is so clear to you, you want the highest level of pleasantness. When I say pleasantness, pleasantness is on many different levels. If the body becomes pleasant, we call this health. Right now you want it, you're conscious of it. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call it success. Only to create pleasantness in your surroundings, it takes a certain amount of effort, skill, competence and cooperation from people around you. Right now, people around you not cooperating. But first thing you need to look at is, to create pleasantness of body, pleasantness of mind, emotion and energy is 100% your business. Have you done that? Right now, you are going to the 5D dimension, your 5G, 5D, fifth dimension. Let it rest for some time. First 4 dimensions, keeping the body pleasant, keeping thought and emotion pleasant, keeping your energies pleasant. First do this. Once this is pleasant, outside atmosphere, we will manage it to the best of our capabilities. There is no perfect way of ever managing the outside situation. How much ever we do, something will be not the way we want it. Even if you're just 2 people or 4 people, now in these 2 weeks, I'm sure you're realizing that things don't happen the way you think they should happen. Outside situation is always going to be like this. Never ever in your life it will so happen, outside situation will be 100% the way you want it. And I'm glad it is so, because if everything happened your way, where do I go, where does everybody else go? I'm glad it's not happening your way. But this one person must happen your way 100%. This is what you must do. 2 weeks have gone by, just 1 more week. See if you can do this to yourself, that this one person happens just the way you want him to be or want her to be. Your thought, your emotion, your body, your energies function the way you want. What do I do? What do I do? The first and foremost thing is, sit back a little bit. When I say sit back, anyway, no job no business, at home. So when I say sit back from everything that you have gathered. Your home, your relationships, your family, your body, your mental structures, your psychological drama, sit back a little bit. Oh, should I become a witness because you read all those self-help, spiritual books? Don't try to be any damn thing. Just sit. Close your eyes and simply sit. Don't do anything. Well, I want to scratch. All these things will come. Body does something, let it do. Mind does something, let it do. Let it do whatever it wants. Thoughts will say something, emotions will say something, body, physiological stuff will say something. Just do not get involved, simply sit with eyes closed. Outside world is making its own noises. Don't react, don't react, don't react. To the world, to the mind, to the emotion, to the body, no reaction. Simply sit there. Should I stop it? But the thought is still going on, should I stop it? Why don't you stop the earth from spinning? Please try, no? because that's what is on your mind. Everything must happen your way. No, it's doing its own thing. You are not trying to stop your kidney function, liver function, nothing, it's all going on. Only your brain function you want to stop. Where does this prejudice come from? Obviously you're too identified with it, that's the only problem. So disidentify. Your thought is an accumulation of information that you gathered from the world. Your body is an accumulation of the food that you've eaten. Everything that is not you, just leave it there and you simply sit. They will go on, they're hopping their own madness, just let it be, just sit back for some time. The next 1 week lockdown that you have, unless it goes little further, at least for this 1 week, do this will do wonders to you. And you will become absolutely wonderful for all the people around you, because once you are pleasant in your experience of life, you exude pleasantness. A flower is not trying to make your life pleasant by throwing out its fragrance. That's its nature. That's how it should be. To be joyful, to be loving, to be pleasant should be your nature. You are not trying to be pleasant to somebody, you are not trying to love someone, you are not trying to be joyful or smile at someone, you're just pleasant as an existence. Naturally, everything around you will enjoy this and your family will become your ardent followers. That's what you must do